Hello, everybody. Terry Harden here. It's Terry. Listen, I thought we'd make today kind of a special Monday and call it Make Mine Mushu. So I am working on this Mushu sculpture, and you have seen this before if you have joined me before. And for those of you just joining me, I've just decided, and I knocked down my paintbrush, I've just decided that I'm going to do little demo work on some sculptures while I speak to you every Monday at around this time. Your lunchtime is usually when I work hard to do this. I'm not going to make any guarantees, but that's the idea. So here's Mushu, and here's the idea. You'll look at it at first and say, hey, Terry, it doesn't look anything like that. Well, there's a reason for that. I am actually going to do the wing spread, but I've changed the face a little bit. It's a special sculpture for a gallery in Simi Valley. So if we do it sideways here, you can see that he has this little profile here. And what I did was I took my knife. Originally, his mouth was closed. I took my knife and I went, like that. If we cut over here to camera 3, you can see that him in a little better light. Now, also, I did have him use this twisty body shape here. But I decided I didn't like that either. I wanted him to be majestic and arch his back. So I simply twisted him like this is him if there's a child down here. Rawr. But I said, no, I wanted him to arch his back. I wanted him to be the majestic dragon full out. So I took this and bent it. And then I moved the belly and chest up and forward like that, to give him that nice look that I wanted from him, that growly behavior like that, so that it feels more arched and then back. Now, I also don't mind this tail now sort of nesting itself down on the ground and coming up like this. I don't know if I'll do that much tail because honestly, well, let me get my picture in a picture for you so you can see me talking. Hi. Honestly, I exaggerated the tail because I'm the sculptor. And although I want to keep this on model, I want it to be unique and different. So if you were to purchase it, you would be able to see from a distance mine that from anybody else. But look how cool he looks a little bit on the side. I want that to be like that. And I will make sure that his growl is like this. So today, one of the things that I have been wrestling with are the length of his arms here. And he's actually stapled to this turntable so that I don't have much wiggle. And I like that about this because you can really see here that he's got this really nice stance now. He's looking pretty excited. This leg is a bit forward. If we go here, you can see this leg is a bit forward. This leg is a bit back. It has a really nice poetry to him. And then the other thing I want to do is kind of play with that face and make sure that when you look at him, I'm above. But when you look at him, you can see his growly face. Now, the thing, if you haven't joined me before and you don't know how I sculpt, which is understandable, and welcome. I am Disney Imagineer Terri Hardin, and I'm also, I've worked on movies like Ghostbusters, Men in Black, all kinds of movies like that, but I'm also a key sculptor. I designed the Dragon's Lair for Paris. So this is what I do, and I thought I'd just share with you. But you can pop the head off. Those of you who fainted, it's okay. It goes back on. But I can pop the head off like you see here, and then that allows me to sculpt it by itself. So then I can come in and sculpt it by myself. If we go back to camera 1, I can just go, hey, how you doing? And work on him like this. I have a pair of glasses that focus a lot closer, and then I have even more magnifiers that really get in on the detail. So we might work on that a little bit in a minute. I'll show you what I mean by that. Otherwise, we're just looking at the overall shape. And I thought that I would share that with you as I ask you about your weekend and tell you a little bit about mine. How was your weekend? Mine was pretty good, pretty crazy. Things change on a dime nowadays, don't they? And I had some family stuff that changed on a dime pretty quickly. So I dealt with that, and then also I had some nice meetings, and yeah, I had some nice meetings. In fact, yesterday I went up and shared breakfast with some friends I haven't shared with in a long time, and that was very exciting. But coming up, many of you may or may not know that I am a pumpkin sculptor, meaning that I teach how to sculpt pumpkins, not just punch holes and carve them. And I have 2 classes coming up in October so far. The first class is one that is with the Vogel Victorian, and she has graciously invited me to do a master class at her location in Santa Ana. So I will, for real, post in the comments where you can find this link to see her at the Vogel Victorian. I did not bring that, but I will. Yes, Vogel Victorian. Many of you know the Vogel Victorian. She has a beautiful house that has sort of a Halloween theme sometimes, but she always themes it. If you went to Bob Gurr's Tea and got to see his debut of his documentary, you went to the Vogel Victorian. So feel free to check it out. I will be sure to pop up that information, so on and so forth. And I just realized that my Instagram isn't here. I changed this because I also auditioned for a puppet show and I didn't want that on there. And I need to remember to change that for the future. But today you just know me as Terri Hardin, and we'll work with it, right? Because it's Monday and Mondays are Mondays. The first thing that I noticed with this that I'm going to point out, and I'm going to do like a fun foam for these wings so that it has a kite-like feeling to it once it's made it. The clay is Chavant, and it's one of my favorite clays. It's an oil-based clay. It never dries out, and it can come in blocks or cylinders. And then you heat it up with an incandescent lamp, a light bulb, and that makes it soft. And then let me grab a little piece here that I can show you. It makes it soft, see, right here. In fact, I could even show you from the aerial view. Might even be better. Right here. Turn the light on, kid. There we go. This is the little ball. I mix them up in little balls and it makes it soft. And then it's hard enough that you can play with it on your armature and then you can bend it to your will. So the first thing I've realized is that I want to shorten his arms. I thought the exaggerated arm might be cool, but now that I've stood him up in this nice position here, I've noticed that he's stretched out full and it kind of looks like the TV has not been adjusted right. So I'm going to go back to this one and I'm going to show you that I'm going to check the arms. I'm going to look at them and you can see them here pretty well. I'm going to check the arms. And I love the way this hand is here, but I made it in such a way that I could simply just remove it a little bit. So I'm just going to gently bend this like this, bend this like this, and we're going to bend it forward. So as you see it, it's now bent forward. And you can see right there that it looks kind of weird now. He's kind of like, rah. It's kind of cool actually, but let's not get involved in that. And then I'm going to take a look at these arms and his head, which is about the same size. If we put it with the picture, if I put it with this picture here, his head is about the same size. So his arms, I would like to be a little bit shorter. So if I make quickly, if I go like this and I roll out the ears just for fun, I'm just going to get quick roll out here with my fingers. and you're just going to pull. As you see, it makes this little thing that you can see. And we're going to check. Yeah, we still need a little more. This is how you do it. This is how you do it. And you just kind of roll it like this, and then you kind of snap it off, and then you kind of break it in half. And now what we're doing is just trying to figure out ears. Okay, let's go back to this camera so you can see it a little bit better. We're trying to figure out ears. And there we go here. And we see that they're fairly long coming off his head. But what I'm looking for now is to just have an example of ears. They're not perfect, but this is what's lovely with clay, is that you just put a couple of ears on, check how he has them, and then kind of get them in a basic position. See? So this says, okay, what do we think about the length of those ears? That looks pretty good comparatively. See, guys? Yeah, he's a little closer, of course, but this is the idea. So then we're going to look at the armpit here. We're going to check this length, and you notice I've exaggerated from his elbow here to his armpit here. So here you can see that that's a lot shorter, probably about 2 inches. So I just take my knife and say more like around here is where I want that elbow to be. And then it's a matter of just looking at that. And I don't want my hand to be in your way so you can't see it. So let me do it this way. And bending it. Now, if you're someone who's just starting out sculpting, you might say to yourself, this is scary to watch this happen. But my idea is that, this is clay. So this is how you adjust the arm. And that elbow actually bends at the ear. So I'm a little bit low. So let's extend it again, creep up a little bit more, and bend right there. And then bring it up. Okay. Oh, he's dancing. What are you doing? The Macarena or something? Okay, so now we can see how the space is good and how that elbow is pretty good. So I kind of like that elbow is there. So I'm going to hold it here with my hand, and then I'm going to play. I'll pinch a little elbow shape there just to remind me where I want my elbow, right? And then when you look at him, it looks a little bit more realistic. Now he has dropped his head here. In other words, this head is up higher, and this head over here is lower because he's leaning forward. He's kind of coming forward, going at you. But I want him to be more majestic. And this is something about sculpting characters that you like. You can think about the character, in this case, Mushu. Learn about Mushu as a character, and then, oh, I'm sorry, I thought I had then you can think about the character, and then you can think of some of the action poses he goes through. And we've seen him go through a lot of these action poses, so it's no surprise. But I kind of like the distance. I might like it a little bit closer, like that, and then bring the arm out like that, and then come up like that. There he is. I might even lean him a little bit because he's 3-dimensional. And now my challenge is, if we go back to this camera, my challenge is this elbow that we've just fixed right here. Now the arm from here to here is incredibly long. You see that? Just incredibly long. And so we look at the other thing, and they're about the same length. If I put this in front, you can see that the distance between here and here and here and here at the wrist is about the same, right? So if we use this nice little tool and we go up against this and we say, That's the elbow. And then we come down here. This is really interesting to do this through the camera. There we go. Yeah, about the same, because it's kind of back. So then I can come back here. You're not getting seasick, are you? I'm going to come back here, and I'm going to take this length, and I'm going to go here. From this elbow, put it there, and then the mark is going to be right there. And what it's saying to me is that's where we probably want our hand. Let me look at that. Boom. That's where we want our hand. Okay. Now we look here and we say, well, his head is dropped down. If I face him towards you guys and I put that hand here, I think I'm going to go just a tick higher and put his hand in this range. Probably right about there. So now as the sculptor, I have the right to decide, okay, not there. I want to come higher here. And then it's a matter of just cutting it. Now, we don't want to cut it here because we want to have some space for that hand to be. So what we want to do is peel this, is to come back this way and take my little knife, and I'm going to look at his thing. I decided to go up to here. I'm going to cut right here on the back. There we go. Yep. If I turn it this way, you can see, I think here with this hand, I'm trying to keep my hand out of the way so you can see what I'm doing. But I am going to open this up. Just open it up like this and expose the wire. All right. You see that? Hard to see that. Let me just tip it. I'm trying to figure out how to tip it so you can see it. A little difficult because my camera versus my, let's see if that works. Yeah, that helps a little bit. Just for a second here. So here is where I've split this wire, and this is where I am going, and I am thinking that if I pull this all the way down and I actually take my big knife, there it is, my big knife, and cut this, so you can see that I'm just going to cut this off. Isn't it a little scary, huh? That, but I've been doing this enough. Here's his hand. Eek, eek. And you can see here with the hand that there's the hand. It's been bent, and then I've cut open the back where the wire fits. So we set that over here, and then we take the pliers, and we bend this wire like that. And then we cut. And that's it. New arm length. See it? See it? There you go. We come around here. Now this looks a little weird, a little funny bump, but we're going to be, sorry, baby. Those aren't your real ears, but we're using them as our guide. This little bump right here can be fixed by bending it this way and straightening it out. So we'll be working with that because we have this elbow, this coming up like this. We have the elbow here. We have this coming up like this. And then we have that. And I'm still thinking we could probably bend it and cut it a little bit more. So we'll cut it there. We'll pull off a bit more here, like that. Then we're going to straighten this out, and we're going to take these needle nose pliers and bend it here. See, what do we think? And to see if we like it, we simply take the hand and we press it. We press it onto the new form like that. Whoops. Need to see my picture. Okay, yeah. It follows it along. Don't go away, little guy. There you are. Okay. So here we go, just like this. I'm going to look at it from my point of view so that I can play with this. We're going to take that off, spin it around, stick it there. So now you can see just roughly what I've done by tearing, ripping, and forming. Now it needs to be a little bit more kind, so we'll bring that up, but that is where this major finger is going to be, is against this wire. So if I turn it this way and I can look at it, I'm just going to press that wire into what I want. Like that. Maybe a little bit more soft. There we go. Okay, so now we have his hand. This is just clay right now, representing the fingers and representing the excitement of his look. There, that's good. Ooh, cool. No, you can't see it yet. There we go. Ooh, I like that better. So you can see now that the arm is back to his original kind of, this is the poetry of it right now, meaning might bend out just a bit more. We'll see. He needs to have thicker, beefier arms here. And then right here is that finger. And you can see that we're getting there. See? We're getting there with that finger. This area here will probably go back. This one here will go back. This one will go forward, and we'll thread the wing in between. But for now, this is just giving me the overall movement of the character. So I just want to encourage you not to be afraid when you make something like this, because especially when it's in clay, you can actually just keep working the clay and the wire until you're happy. So I'm going to repeat what I did here over here, and it'll be the same. I will simply bend the arm up like that. I will locate the elbow, which this one seems to have the elbow in a better position, actually. And I'll just pinch it. So I'll say, okay, make sure the elbows are in range, and then just play with it as usual. Now you notice that his head is tipped a little bit, just a little bit. And I may like that or I may not, but basically there you go. And then we'll open it up a little bit so that he's, you know, doing his major look. But you can see that overall you've got a feeling for it right there. And again, because I have no hand on this one, you can simply, you know, get it sort of in the same range and, you know, bend it, pull this off like that, get it in the same range where you're happy, you know, just kind of say, okay, this looks about right here. Now this arm is a little bit, there we go. There we go. We're going to make them now, because now what we're doing, what are we doing here? We're making them even, you know, kind of in the same range. There is no symmetry in nature. You know, you got two eyes, one mouth, and a nose. That's about it, guys. If you don't believe me, use a mirror to reflect one side of your face and then flip it over and reflect the other side of your face. You'll be very impressed with you'll be very surprised at what you see. So we're just going to bring this down like that, and then we're going to again bend it. Just like that. See? Doesn't take much. You can just bend it around. This is armature wire twisted. Works really, really well. You put it at a similar angle and you cut. Like that. I'm going to give it a little bit more. And that's it, gang. And his arms look more realistic to me. We might play with this one a little bit more, but this just kind of shows you the drama of how you get your guy to have the look that you want. So look at him facing you. Yeah, see, he's better. Let's look at him on camera 3. Look at that. Doesn't he seem happier? this arm says, hey, maybe a little bit more out, but we'll play with that because you can see I need to beef up in here. Like I've beefed up over here now that I've played with it. And then I can make sure its head is facing the way I want it. You could also turn it so that it's sideways. Like if I wanted it to kink, I'm not going to do it because I don't want it. But you can do that if you wanted to tilt it down a little more so you saw more of his face, kind of like you see in this other picture, you can do it. And then these ears are just a guide. They're not the actual ears. This is just clay to give me that feeling of his ears so I can remember that there's more to his head than just this head, right? So there you have it. While I'm sitting here with Mushu staring at me, and I've ripped him apart a little bit, we'll slide him over this way so you can see his silhouette and discuss with you a couple of things that are coming up. So I mentioned the pumpkin sculpting classes. The other class is in Simi Valley, and it's on Wednesday. Oh, I didn't tell you the Vogel Victorian date, which is October 12th. That's a Sunday, and it's in the morning from 10 to 12. You only have 2 hours, though. So you're going to need to provide your own pumpkin, but all the information is on the Vogel Victorian Instagram page. So, you know, just go to your Instagram, search for Vogel Victorian. You'll find her and then scroll down until you see her announcement. Now we're thinking of doing another announcement. So keep an eye out. And then as soon as we get that announcement, I will post it because October is right around the corner. My other class will be on Wednesday, the 29th. And the 29th is middle of the week. Am I stating the obvious here? I guess I am. It's going to be from 3 till about 9, and it's in Simi Valley, and we will provide the pumpkin there. So Vogel Victorian, you must bring your pumpkin, but I have some videos that I've loaned her that I sent to her so that you can find out what pumpkins are good. And then I'm going to go check out some pumpkin patches to see where you might be able to get a pumpkin that is friendly to you. We're hoping that you've done a little bit of pumpkin sculpting, but if you haven't, it's me. So you can do that. Simi Valley is more of a beginner course. Of course, you never done it, you can do it. But honestly, I'm not going to put that caveat on you. I am going to say that I'll probably ask you to gut your pumpkin for the Vogel Victorian first so that you don't waste, we've got a tight 2 hours. So I want to make sure you don't spend it taking the guts out of your pumpkin because honestly, you know how to do that, right? Yeah, of course you do. So those are 2 things. Also, it looks like, and I'm very happy to announce that the Los Angeles Magazine, one of the few magazines that are still in print, will have an article about me in their October issue, so you can learn more about me. And if you're so interested, there's that. I auditioned for a puppet show. Haven't heard anything back yet, but that was a big surprise. We'll see what happens with that. Not with Henson's. Nope. Henson's is with Disney, and who knows what's going on there. This is something that's different, and thought it would be kind of fun. What else was I going to say? I think that was it. Yeah. No. Guys, it's Monday. What can I say? It being Monday is like, the Monday is always kind of a day. You never know what's going to happen. But this coming weekend, what is it? The 20th, it says 21st, 5th, 27th, the Sunday. So if I've got that wrong, please correct me. But on the 27th, I will be, actually, most of the weekend, I think I'm going to be there, but definitely on the 27th, that's a Sunday, at the Maker Faire in the Bay Area on Mare Island. Now, if you've heard any of my other broadcasts, I pronounced it Mare. Some people told me it was pronounced Mar and drop off the E. I've never been there, so I was kind of trusting all my friends to tell me how to say it. But the jury is in, and it's Mare Island, like, like the horse, who is the girl. So it's Mare Island. All I know is I get to take a ferry past the Golden Gate Bridge to get there, and I've never done the ferry before. I've never passed close to the Golden Gate Bridge. I have been to the Disney Family Museum, which I love, love, love. So I'm very, very excited to be speaking at the Maker Faire on Sunday from 4:30 to 5. And it's basically a talk about being an Imagineer and working with makers. And what is that like? And vice versa, because my colleague, Frank, who is a maker, is going to be talking about what it's like to work with an Imagineer. And we're going to introduce one of our newest creations that we have been working on for, wait for it, 3 years. So if you're up in that area, please look it up and come and join us, because we would love to see you. Come say hello. It will be really, really fun to see you. And like I said, I know I'm going to be there Saturday and Sunday. I just don't know if I will be there. I don't know if it's like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I was invited and I just got some information over the weekend, but I haven't had a chance to look at it. But I'm very excited about going and speaking at this event. So, my friends, hugs and kisses. It's great to talk to you. I really, really enjoy taking a minute and popping in every Monday at around lunch. And I hope you enjoyed Make Mine Mushu. And we'll do some more. You'll get to see his progress, and I'll do some sculpting more next week. I thought it would be nice just to be kind of working on him while talking to you, and then I work on him during the week so you can kind of see how he progresses. All right, guys, do something nice for someone else. It'll make you feel a whole lot better. And bye for now.